Welcome to this Mine, Our Sacred Space. Today I'm sharing my reflections on something profound, the realization that we are not our minds or bodies, but infinite awareness. And I mean, it's so easy to get caught up in our thoughts, but when we learn to use our minds as a tool, we unlock the incredible power to manifest what we truly desire. I'm recording this in the quiet of my studio, late in the evening, when the world seems to slow down. And I know it's been a while since I've shown up here, but the truth, we're never really gone. Even when our physical body dies, we remain as infinite awareness. My time away has been spent studying the magnificent workings of the mind. And from my perspective, we are infinite, we are divine, we are spirit, or pure awareness, whatever you choose to call it. And to recognize what we truly are, ever expanding awareness, we must first and sometimes understand what we are not. We are not our mind and we are not our body. But our ego, subconscious mind, and our mind in general makes us believe otherwise, creating an attachment to these identities. Rather than viewing our mind as just a reminder of what we are not, my advice, both for you and myself, is to see the mind not as the enemy, but as an incredible tool. It's not who we are, but it's sometimes we can use. It's something we can use. And the real enemy is mistaking the mind for our true selves, which limits our potential. In reality, the mind is a powerhouse, an incredible instrument we can use to manifest what we want. So how do we manifest what we desire if we're not the mind or the body? How do we use this instrument effectively? Through the power of awareness. And when we realize that we are not the mind, but can still use it, it becomes the vehicle that guides us through incredible experience and helps us manifest beautiful realities. But even when we have this realization, we must remind ourselves regularly, because it's so easy to fall back into old habits of thinking. Thinking in itself isn't bad, so long as we don't confuse ourselves with our thoughts. Instead, we should use our thoughts as tools for creation. What we focus on creates our emotions, experiences, and ultimately what we manifest. What we think about is where our attention goes, and what we focus on we manifest. When we obsess over what we don't want or wish to escape, we end up manifesting more of it, more of the same. But however we can recognize that our thoughts and emotions are instruments for the creation, we gain the power to either accept or reject them. If a thought aligns with your goals, we should accept it. And how do we know if it's aligned? One way is by noticing if it brings us a sense of faith. For example, if you want to get out of debt and focus on thoughts of living debt-free, how do you know that's aligned with what you want? The key is faith. Faith feels like certainty, like saying, yes, of course, I'll have abundance by the end of this year. Faith brings feelings of serenity, joy, love, and happiness. That's how you know it's aligned with your desires. And on the other hand, beliefs can sometimes limit us. Belief may stem from past negative experience or stories we tell about ourselves, but faith, when it's pure, brings harmony and joy. That's the difference. My recommendation, something I practice myself, is to remind yourself daily of who you truly are. infinite, ever expanding awareness. I like the term ever expanding awareness because when I first experienced awakening, I felt an incredible wave of faith, joy, and love. Yet, I noticed that over time, I could slip back into old patterns, identifying with my mind and ego. But I reminded myself that awareness is always present, and with practice, I've learned to nurture that awareness each day. So, how do we remind ourselves daily? There are many ways. Personally, I use visual reminders. I start each day by journaling and writing things like, I am infinite awareness. I also set reminders on my phone to go off throughout the day to bring me back to this truth. It's so easy to get lost in daily life, but these reminders helps me reconnect with my awareness. And as you practice this, you will notice your awareness expanding and you will feel more connected to your true self. Even when thoughts of doubt or limiting beliefs arise, you'll be able to recognize them for what they are, just passing thoughts. And choose to align with your deeper truth. If this resonates with you, I'd love to hear about your experiences. Share in the comments how you remind yourself of your infinite awareness, and let us grow together. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more unscripted reflections like this one. And until next time, stay aligned with your true self.